going on, guys? Welcome back to the Chillin' with Villains. We are here today. It's just myself, aka JB, and Mark from Jersey. I'm not even gonna try and guess whatever county, whatever city you're in. But what's going on, y'all? This is episode 108 of the podcast. No reaction to the YouTube viewers. No reaction today. We had a very, very busy week / weekend last weekend. We had the Man of Steel and BVS supercut that we did. Go check that out. That's up.
Fire.
Yes, we had the Zack Snyder's Justice League cinematographer Fabian Wagner, quick flex. We had him on the podcast. So that's also uploaded. Make sure to check that out. And of course, the main event that occurred, Zack Snyder's Justice League. We did a non-spoiler. We did a non-spoiler and spoiler review for it. So make sure you go and check that out. So with that being said, right, because it dropped Thursday, right? So yesterday, and Falcon and Winter Soldier. So that's what this pod is today. The first episode of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the second MCU show to drop on Disney Plus after WandaVision. That dropped today, Friday. So Mark, I think there was fair play here today that was shown by Kevin Feige and the executives at Marvel. They're like, yo, Snyder's getting his vision released. Maybe we should change up episode 1 of Falcon and Winter Soldier. Maybe we should make it a just chill, not too much going on.
They took episode 2 and just flipped it with episode 1.
No, not even that. Like Feige went to the director like, guys, I'm so sorry. We're gonna have to redo episode 1. No, we can't bring Steve Rogers back. No, we can't do that yet. We can't. We got to push it back.
If I'm being
we got to
real,
push it back.
There's nothing they could have done that could have beaten this hype, like short of doing some insane shit that they wouldn't have done with this show. You know what I mean? Like,
right?
They would have had to literally break the internet. Like, come up, like there was so much amazing stuff and like hype.
Like Mephisto confirmed.
Yeah,
break the internet.
Mephisto would have had to come out and like fucking dunk on fucking the Falcon. Like he would have had to cross him up and then just fucking post.
Right,
like,
Elliot to himself,
Elliot,
just
like
stupid. Everybody's like, "Oh," the viewers are like, "Oh shit! Like, what the fuck?" I see what you mean. Definitely,
yeah, it's very hard for no matter what they did, you know. But I mean, hey, who knows? But
that's not the point though, you know, because I was very excited for both.
Same. I'm still excited for the show, 100%.
Oh, 100%. But yeah, we could get to it. Like, guys, the reason there's no reaction is because, like I mentioned, everyone has a break, but also there wasn't much to react to. Like it was, you know what I mean? Like it was, and that's not saying I didn't like the episode. That's not true. Like I enjoyed it. Right. I thought the length did it, just like for the Snyder Cut, how the length with that did it justice. The same thing here. I think the length of this episode saved it in a sense, because I'm like, okay, they did just enough for me to be intrigued. Right. You know, because of the backstory that we're getting for Sam and for Bucky. And they didn't, because if it went longer, they could have dragged it out too much, and it could have been like a boring episode.
Yeah, I agree.
But nonetheless, yeah. What? Let me hear. What are some of the things on your checklist that you got?
All right. So I mean, just like going from start, you know, like the action or the guy that he fights in the
the beginning in the plane.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. The former UFC fighter. Oh wait, what?
He was in Winter Soldier. He was the guy that Cap fought in Winter Soldier in the beginning, like on that ship. Oh
right, yeah. That's GSP. He used to be a UFC fighter. Yeah.
I don't know that, but yeah. That I just know him from Winter Soldier. So when I saw him, I was like, oh shit, he's from Winter Soldier. He's out there clapped again. But he
held his own low key. Yeah.
The only reason that he didn't even die, actually, I don't think.
No, he didn't.
He didn't.
He's definitely going to play a bit. It seems he's going to play a bigger part. Not the main villain, because obviously we know Zemo is going to come back, but he's probably working for Zemo, or maybe it's like that dude with the powers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get into that. So I mean, Yeah, like you said, that beginning scene, very, very good action. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I love seeing Falcon's like skills like in the air. I was like, okay, really, like they're really showing him off here.
That's his domain, you know, like that's
he's in his bag, exactly.
Yeah, where he doesn't have to keep flying down to the ground, like where he can just like fly out in the air. That's where he's the best.
So that was a smart decision on their part. Like, oh hey, he's Falcon. This is what he can do. So a good opening scene. I definitely enjoy that. And War Machine cameo, exactly. So just kind of going back here, right? So in that plane scene, they took a guy, Sam got him back, right? So they clearly needed this. Did they need this particular person for something? Was it ever specified?
I don't think so.
We know they're a terrorist group called LAF, right? They hijacked the plane. They took an Air Force member named Vassant hostage. I'm just reading here just to see if they say anything, if he's of importance. Doesn't seem like it. But nonetheless, they
went to like a lot to like keep him though. They didn't just like, oh fuck it, like just leave him, he's not worth it. But like they literally took him to another plane. I was like, this guy, who is this dude? Like why?
That's what I'm saying, right? Like
they need him to get like, maybe it was because they didn't want to get shot down because they were trying to go to the like out of the airspace, you know, into the next country's airspace, so they couldn't follow them, and then they would probably just kill the hostage then. So maybe that
could be
just because if they just let him go, they would have just Falcon would have just said, okay, tell this fucking plane, you know. So he couldn't shoot the plane. I saw, okay, that's probably what it is.
Yeah, that's very true. Okay, yeah, maybe we're looking a little too deep into it, like
fucking Zack Snyder level deepness, and we're like.
Well, like, yo, like, are you sure he's not somebody? Yo, that's Martian Manhunter. Like, that's him. Like,
do something.
Oh, now you have a stake in this world? When the engine was here, Zod and them, like, Doomsday, you was just watching all this time?
Yo, so on my second rewatch, that movie, now I'm just kidding.
We just started talking about it. But, for real, though, guys, we probably will do a deep dive very soon again. No, seriously, because it's just like there's a lot to talk about. We could talk about a nightmare sequence just on its own for like 3 hours. Yeah. So we'll definitely do a deep dive on that. But, back to this episode. Zach is coming on the pod, just manifesting it.
Yeah.
So Sam was working with this dude, right? The first lieutenant, Joaquin Torres, shout out, Latino gang. So I like, it was a dope interaction. So we get that Sam has been working for, who did they say he was working for? He's been working for them for like 6 months now. It's the Air Force, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's go back. Hold on.
I haven't. I was like kind of.
Wow, you were not paying attention, bro?
I was kind of half paying attention when they were talking. I was like, okay, and like I'm sure it's fine.
He works for some agency now. And so he says he's been working there for 6 months. And as we know, this takes place 6 months after Avengers Endgame. So, I was on the phone with Ariel earlier, and you know what we came to a conclusion? The Disney Plus MCU shows are just filler shows for the movies. That's the conclusion we came up with. It's just one big filler.
No.
Yeah. No. Is it not?
No.
We said it half jokingly, but it's like half true because it's like WandaVision did something, right? WandaVision, like, don't get me wrong, loved it because it really dove deep into her character.
It's not like nothing happened though.
No, of course, but no, hear us out though. So they dove into her character, but at the same time, they're like, oh, to find out more what happens next, you have to watch Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse. So it's like I don't think it's a joking filler.
Filler's maybe not the right word, but like a lob. You know, it's not kind of just like it's like a lob for.
It's a prequel.
Strange. Yeah, it's a prequel.
It's a prequel.
Literally, that's literally what it is. Actually, a prequel. That's literally the best.
And now Falcon and Winter Soldier. I don't know what that will be setting up, but that's gonna be that's gonna be a filler for something, and they're gonna be like, tune in for and whatever movie to see the rest. You know what I mean? So
you never know.
I mean, it was just a funny thing, you know. You didn't have to get like that with me. You didn't have to get like that with me. And be like, yo, nah, don't get disrespectful. They're not filler shows, you know.
It's because I'm an anime fan, so I know what filler is, bro. I know what filler is.
I know what you mean.
It's not even like.
But
I can't take fillers jokingly. It's just it's a sore spot.
I understand, and I apologize for that. Now I know, so I won't say the word filler.
I have flashbacks,
but no, kind of like how WandaVision deconstructed, you know, her character and a little bit of Visions as well. Like we see that a lot here with Sam and Bucky. Sam goes back home for a little bit, and you know we get to meet his sister. We get to meet his two nephews.
When he was trying to get the loan with his sister, I was like, "Yo, why? Like this dude works."
I get it, dude. You're a fucking Avenger.
You're an Avenger.
Yo, dude, like, that's exactly what I'm.
Just go to the government and be like, "Yo, what are we doing?" Like, go like.
But how are we? Well,
to some of the most powerful, influential people. Hey, War Machine, you think you could put in a good word for me with the fucking president to go give me a fucking loan for my fucking boat and house and shit?
So I'm assuming I don't recall, but I'm assuming under the Sokovia Accords just went to shit.
But he got pardoned.
He did get pardoned, but it's like maybe it's too big of an ask. But it's just like, yo, I literally helped save this universe,
and it really doesn't sound like it's that big of a leap. You know, I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like he's like, oh, listen, I got the money basically, but then the shit changed because of the 5 years everyone's asking for a fucking loan. So, like,
so you know what's funny? You bringing up Rhodey. It's because like, you know how they were like, I'm sure. So I haven't been keeping up because after WandaVision, I'm like, you know what? If they say cameos are coming, cool. I don't care. Like I'll see it. I'll believe it when I see it. Kind of attitude right now because of what happened with WandaVision. But, I'm 100% certain they're like, yo, crazy cameo coming up. And then Don Cheadle even confirmed that he's gonna be in it. What if this is the crazy cameo? It's just Don Cheadle like, oh, we've been new, bro. Like we've been new.
Don Cheadle like, yo, I've been waiting to act with this character on the screen, man. It's been so long. You know,
but
he's talking about the pandemic because it's been so long since he's been behind the screen. So technically, he's not lying.
Oh my god! Right? That's just his wordplay.
Exactly.
Who said? But no, we. Who said I wasn't gonna be in it? Like, but it was a pleasant cameo though. Like even the way that he was kind of just thrown in there, right? The camera just pans and it's just him. I'm like, oh shit, dope. I'm like right from the get go. So in that scene, we see Sam, giving the shield over to the government, because he felt it didn't belong to him, and they were like, oh, this would be a great honor to put in Captain America's museum, right? That's what, it was supposed to be on display. And then we'll get to what happens, at the end of the episode, which was sort of like, what? But so then we kind of get, and for me, this is what let's get back before we get to Bucky. Let's get back to the loan scene real quick. Right. It's just like it had that Marvel-esque way to it where it's like, oh, you're an Avenger, dude. Like, let me take a selfie. And it's like, oh, I can't give you a loan though. I can't give you a loan.
No, it's like, okay, I can understand them not giving the loan, right? That's not my problem. It's just you're the Falcon. You can go around this shit. Like if you wanted the Captain America mantle, you could have taken it. Like, you literally could have taken the Captain America mantle if you wanted it. Like, what? Like, bro, what? Like,
Cap gave it to you. Like, he didn't want it in display. He didn't want some other douchebag to get it.
He didn't want some fucking wing, bro. Like, come on.
Yo, we can get to him in a second because
I'm about to violate that.
Buns.
I'm about to violate.
Yo, but you know why I'm not gonna violate OD? Because he was in 22 Jump Street. He was Channing Tatum's boy, and Mark's like, I don't give a fuck.
What the fuck he was in? He was like a wing in this.
But I like. Although I liked Sam's backstory, I love getting to meet. Sort of, and like how they're at sea, like they fish and they do all these things, cool. I was like, oh, dope. Like we never really get mentioned of that, so this is really cool. It's refreshing. It's new. And then for Bucky too, we see how he's living now, and he's helping, I'm assuming, one of his neighbors. Not helping, but we see at the end of the episode as well with that.
He's friends with that older man.
That older Asian gentleman. I was like, yo, when he was arguing with that dude outside, like about the trash cans, I was like, oh shit. Yeah. What the fuck?
When he had the flashback though, like or
that shit was hot.
I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Is he back?
I know. I was like, is that him? Right. I was like, is that him now? I was like, no way, because doesn't he have a new?
I was like, bro, no way he's under the bullshit, bro. Like no way he's under control again, right? Like,
I would have been tight.
We're not starting off like this, right? Like, and then I was so happy when it was a flashback, but I think we both know that he killed his son, right?
Oh yeah, of course. That was the big twist at the end. Yeah. Okay. That's what I was gonna get to. You know, we see him.
Was it at the end that it confirmed it? I don't know if they.
Well, you see the picture of him, and it was the same guy that at the end was like, oh, like yo, I don't know anything. I don't know anything.
Yeah. I missed that picture. Okay, I must have not seen it.
Yeah, so because like the father had a literal shrine to him. Yeah.
As soon as he said it, I was like, okay, that was a son.
Where? So my guy Bucky
killing everybody's family, bro.
Yo, but I love like that. That's why I was more intrigued with his story a little more than Sam's.
Yeah.
Also just because for me,
it's starting to feel played out now. You know, like how many family?
To me, not really. Because in something that stuck with me at the episode was when he was talking to what's it called, the psychiatrist, right. Or did I use the proper term?
Yeah, psychiatrist. She wanted to smoke, bro. Asked you a question, James. I was like,
first name basis. Like,
I was like, whoa.
She kept taking out the notepad. He's like, oh, the notepad. Like,
passive aggressive.
But in his conversation with her, he said something that resonated with me. That was like, he's like, I never got a break. Like, it was just. Like, this was the first break he's had, dude. Like, it would be from him dying, right, to dying in the first Captain America movie, gets taken by Hydra, gets mind controlled, has to do all this bad shit, right? Gets snapped out of it to get back into it.
Still fight a war, and then
and then gets to Infinity War, gets dusted. Endgame fights that. So he's just like, yo, right, like, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, though. He's never had time to just relax, like have a mental, sort of.
That part I understood 100%. But the part that's being played out to me is just like having him always. It's like sitting so hard. I don't know for me if it's just me, but like I know he's a good guy in his heart, you know. But like,
right.
It's starting to get hard to me to be like, am I supposed to root for this dude? Like, you know what I mean?
Like, because he's always, but dude, that like,
hey, look at this terrible thing he did.
But hey, you know how we.
Friend, I'm like,
But you know how we always criticize the MCU for like no repercussions and no consequences.
I mean, yeah.
This is what I like. This is what I like about Bucky. I like it, it's like
it's. I feel like it's only Bucky.
Right.
That's my problem.
That's what I was gonna. It's like, why always Bucky with the consequences?
Give my man's a break, bro.
Right. But I'm hoping whatever the rest of this show gives him that break of like, oh, he's a hero. Yes, he did some bad shit. But like, it sucks. Like, that's life. But B, he was fucking mind controlled. Like, there wasn't much he could do in that situation. But I know it's shitty because when you stare in his eyes, like Tony, for example, when he stared in his eyes, he didn't stare at a guy that was brainwashed. He was like, yo, I see the guy that murdered my parents. I just saw it. I literally saw it.
Yeah.
So I understand. And that's why I find Bucky's character so complex. And that's why I like him. I think that's why maybe The Winter Soldier is still my favorite MCU movie, aside from the incredible storytelling and great action sequences.
Right.
But you know what I mean? So I love that he's going to see someone about this and is talking to someone about this. And even she says, she's like, yo, you keep getting, like, answer Sam, bro. Like, y'all been through some shit. Answer his texts. You know what I mean? So, and I can't wait to get them reunited. But we see my guy, though, another character I want to discuss, because we'll probably see him a little bit, Joaquin Torres. My son got the crap beat out of him by the flag smashers.
Yeah, I was like, dude, you're not stupid enough to go investigating by yourself, right? Like, you're not that dumb, right?
My dude put the phone like mad nonchalant, I guess, like in the like, aren't you a fucking like agent, dude? Like that shit is so noticeable.
They don't cover cameras, bro.
No, they don't.
Oh, and also Sebastian Stan was on his or Winter Soldier. Who's that?
Who's that?
Winter Soldier is like on his Arrow shit, bro. Crossing names off his list and shit.
Yo, I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, different reasoning. Like his was to make amends. Well, you know, Oliver's was to fucking you're done.
His father, yeah.
Right. So, but that was a nice thing to see. My son went on a date. Yeah. Which I was like, dope. I was like, okay. They were playing Battleship, and then that's where
smoked.
OD, right? You peeped that.
Yeah.
Something she said too, like the girl he went on a date with, she was like, "Oh, you drink a lot," like that. That sort of resonated with me as well, because I'm like, "Oh, he's been drinking a lot more, you know, having these nightmares." So you could tell he's in a little weird, place right now. Yeah. And then especially when she brought up the older gentleman that he took to lunch. And he left the whole date, right? First date he's had in 100 and whatever years long.
Almost 100 years, yeah.
Oh, I love when he said his age and she started laughing like, "Oh, you're so funny." He's like, like, and then one day he's going to come up to me, "Why didn't you tell me?" He's like, "I did. You laughed in my face." But okay. Also, how does she not know that that's the winter? Okay, I guess maybe because he could have
top secret.
Well, he's definitely not promoted like the rest of the Avengers because, like we just discussed, he's right. but then when we go and he goes to the old man again, and the old man is like, "Yo, like, aren't you supposed to be on the date? Like, what's going on?" Yeah, that's where you see the shrine that he has for his son, and the frame shows like his son's face, and it was the same as the guy that he shot up in the flashback, and I was like, damn, that's kind of crazy. Like, and
did you know as soon as you said my son like died, he was away. I was like, instantly, I was like,
oh,
down. I was like, down. I was like,
yeah, because especially because of Bucky's, facial expression. Like he like kind of like turned off and was just like, shit, like that was me, bro. That was me. Damn, that is shitty, dude. I know what you mean. Like, it's just like, why always Bucky?
It's like, dude, man.
But it's what happened. It's what happened. It's like, and you can't change it. But yeah, so we get the flag smashers. We don't know much about them yet. All we know is that they seemingly robbed a bank in Switzerland. And the dude is super strong.
Anarchy from Gotham, from like Batman, like Batman comics, like Anarchy.
The mask, right? The way the mask is
and shit. Yeah, they kind of remind me of that. And they seem like they're very like along the same like mythology.
Right. And their whole thing is they believe that life was better during the blip. So that's why they hate that everyone's back and they're starting chaos. I wonder if what's his name? GSP's character has affiliation with them. I'm assuming they're all working under Zemo. Like that's what my conclusion is right now. That's what I'm taking a shot at right now.
I can get behind that.
And then obviously the ending we see, Sam back with his family. Yeah. And then we see on the news that the government is announcing a new Captain America named John Walker.
This is like
Johnny Walker.
The episode to me.
Wow, talk to me, Mark. What happened?
This is whack. I was just like, I mean, I hope his character is like good and like good as in like I enjoy when he's on screen, whether I like him or hate him as a character. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So,
but I mean, we literally
if he even gets like lines or something, I don't know. It's just like weird. Like it was just fucking strange. Like
I think he's gonna be the government's puppet.
Yeah, but I feel like he's also gonna be whack at fighting. I feel like they're just gonna use him as a symbol. Like, hey, we still have America.
But my thing is, do you think what they did is sort of what Marvel just did was sort of like their government's way of being like, oh, hey, Sam, you as a black man, please give us the shield because we want
to give it to a
white man to be the symbol of Captain America. Right. Do you think that's what they're going to try and lean towards?
Because they were saying, oh, the characteristics of America and.
Right, this is what defines America. I'm just like, yo. I mean, I knew it was gonna be him from the trailers, but I'm just like, oh shit, because especially when his sister was like, yo, like we gotta
I didn't know that.
You didn't watch what?
I didn't watch all the trailers, so I didn't know that they did this.
Oh yeah, but and then we see his sister, Sam's sister, go up to him and be like, oh, like you got to see this. And, so I saw it in two perspectives. One, it being because, that was the shield that was yours, supposed to be yours, and you gave it to them because it didn't sit right with you. And two, they just gave it to a white guy, and they said this whole speech prior to it being like, this is the symbol that America needs to be. So I'm hoping, not going to get my hopes up because we know how that goes. I'm hoping we see a Steve Rogers cameo. Like, obviously, old man Steve. Just for him to be like, Sam, like, I gave that shit to you, bro, for a reason.
You're bugging out right now.
Yeah. Like, you're tripping, bro. Like, I gave that to you because you are supposed to be the face now. You're supposed to take up the mantle. I trust you.
That'll probably be the finale. Or, like, this episode.
I won't get my hopes. It'll probably be in whatever big movie the rest of them are showing up in because they will not reveal it in the show. But overall, I think, again, strong start. Definitely not much went on. It was I'll rate this probably a B-.
Yeah, the premiere wasn't the greatest, but I mean,
again, it could be we just hopped off 8 hours of Justice League,
right?
So I think that also as well got a lot of people like. A lot of people were just more focused on this big event, an epic experience that we just saw, rather than, the first episode of this show. And again, like once the Snyder Cut hype pipes down, everyone's just going to be focused on Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yep.
So that's how I feel about it. But let's read some IMDb comments for the episode. Let's see here. It's one of my favorite segments, dude. I love to see why people.
You always bring it up. You're always like, "Hey, let's do this."
Because I love to see why people shit on things because sometimes their reasoning is so like, okay, 3 out of 10, boring. It's a very boring start for such a long-awaited show. I just hope as the season goes on, the episode's quality will be better. Let's see. I saw a couple of like 2 and 1s. I just gotta find them again. That one was a 3. So what letter grade, as I find these, what letter grade would you give it?
I guess like also C plus B-.
C plus B-.
Yeah, it's crazy because like WandaVision was a lot less action packed, but I was so much more invested in the first episode.
Like, yeah, I agree.
Which it was weird, like I'm not saying I need action to be entertained, but like. I guess it was because there was just all this unknown in that show. Like,
right. It kept leaving you with questions.
Yeah, like.
But that's what I'm saying. This episode did enough to leave us sort of like, what's this group? What's their purpose?
It's not.
Sorry,
go ahead.
What's
the purpose? You said.
Right. Like, what's their purpose? And also, how are Sam and Bucky gonna reunite? But I know what you mean. Like, WandaVision was more like, whoa, like. Is this all in her head? Is it not? Is she recreating reality? Is she not? Like, it was more intriguing questions and more like, because this is sort of like
multiple answers, like, and when I say multiple, I mean like many answers. You could go a lot of different routes,
right?
But like this, it's like as soon as I saw the Asian grandfather, I was like, okay, you can kill his son, cool. Then I'm like, all right, like what's next? Like we gotta he surprise, can't get the loan. Like as soon as he walked in there, I was like, he's not getting the loan. Cool, man.
Yeah, I knew. Because he was like, yo, don't worry, we'll go there, we'll get it.
Yeah, I was like,
that's it.
I mean, you're not getting it. So like, and it was just like a lot of predictability, and like, this was like, I mean, obviously, I don't want to shit on it too much because I know it's the first episode and whatever, but like, just this episode alone, just taking it as it is,
mm-hmm.
it just seemed like at least premiere wise, series premiere wise, it was a step down from WandaVision because it was like I don't feel that. Man, what's gonna happen? You know, like I don't feel that. I feel like I kind of already know most of, like, you know, like there's not that many ways that I can be surprised. I feel like,
right.
If they can totally prove me wrong and just pull some shit out of a hat and I didn't even know about, and I'll be like, oh fuck, like okay, that's cool, like whatever. I'll eat my crow when that happens. But
right. But yeah, man, I mean, you know, it is what it is. We'll be back next Friday. Hopefully, most of us will be back in the studio to do a reaction and a review like we typically do. But yeah, for now, enjoyed this reaction, guys. Review, excuse me. Yeah. Make sure to check out all our Snyder Cut stuff that we did over the week. And again, follow us on, Instagram, Twitter, CWV Podcast. Subscribe to us here, like, comment. Make sure to definitely comment because we love talking to you guys and interacting with everybody on the particular episode or movie that we just watched. So make sure to do that. But thanks a lot, and we'll see y'all next week.